What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Speedfire Fab channel. Today, I got the Scout back on the lift. Well, it's supposed to be a quick 10-minute bushing change on the rear 4-link bar, but I've got to remove the exhaust in order to get one of the bolts out. So it's one of those cases of, while I'm here and I got to take the exhaust off, I might as well scrap it all and build a whole new exhaust system, because why not? Not really what I had planned, considering this thing just got off the lift after spending over a month and a half in here. That was less than a week ago. So the plan is to build a new exhaust over the next few days. The exhaust that's on there, it's been on there since 2009, 2010. It's been cut up, re-welded, modified, moved over the years, and it's time for it to go. 13 years of dealing with my feet burning in the summertime. Those days are over, and I'm so excited. And I hope y'all can get excited too and enjoy this hopefully somewhat quick exhaust rebuild. So yeah, let's get into it. So I already get that bolt out, but it's not going to clear that. So we're just going to pull it off. As you can tell, this is, I don't know, I've tried 4 or 5 different exhaust systems on this thing. It's kind of hacked together. It's honestly pretty terrible. The welds are awful. There's pieces of metal covering holes. Some of this is original from 2009, 2010. I think there's a few stick welded trail patches in this. I don't exactly remember where, but basically it's terrible and it needs to go. The other problem is these headers. I had to modify them right here to get them in. I really don't know what they fit when I put the LS in, but as you can tell, it's really close to everything. Like, it's touching the floor, touching the firewall on both sides. Even had to kind of hammer the firewall in a little bit. Got some pinholes. I mean, it's just all around terrible. The floorboard gets really hot. It's not hot enough to be a good heater in the wintertime, but it's a really good heater in the summertime, which is terrible. You try to cruise it on the highway for more than about 45 minutes and your feet, bottom of my boots, literally start burning. So we're going to rip it out. We got a new set of stainless headers. Got most of the piping to build a much nicer full stainless exhaust. I don't really know what I'm going to do muffler wise yet, but in this episode we're at least going to get it all tore apart. See if we can get the new headers on there. I've got new spark plugs to put in. I think these are pretty much fouled out. So there's all the before. Let's see if we can make it better. I think we got one bolt on the rear. We can see if we can get that out. All right, we got this mess out. Let's go get the headers off and see if we can get the new ones installed. Uh-oh. Oh, and the battery died too. Well, that's just great. Yeah, still good. Wait a minute. 2 gaskets? Did I do that on purpose or? Was that part of the plan? Man, don't make fun of my red rag hot air heater stop there. That's 100% custom with a K. Yeah. And yes, it's missing the back bolt because it's about a 1/4 inch. That might be an 1/8 inch. Let me show you. 1/8 inch from the firewall down there. And there's no way to really put it in. It's kind of right in the corner of that little notch, so extra difficult. And this one only has one. Huh. All right then. Crawl into there and pull that one out, and then let's take a look at what we got to replace it. All right, so we got the old ones out. You can tell they're rusty carbon steel. This is where I had to kind of chop the collectors and welded a V-band on there. They're rough, they're ugly. They weren't leaking, surprisingly. But this is what we're gonna put back in there. Set a shorty block hugger, is what I call them. You don't really seem to find block huggers for the LS like you do the old small blocks, but I think this is going to solve all of my problems and get the heat mostly out of the firewall. Don't really know until we try. I really hope they fit. These are kind of a universal fitment from Speed Engineering. They got 1 5/8 primaries. Those other ones are 1 3/4. I might lose a little horsepower. I really don't think it'll matter. I think the smaller primaries will help kind of package it in a little tighter. That's what I'm hoping. At the end of the day, I need this to be somewhat comfortable and enjoyable when I'm driving down the highway. So all in all, I think it will be a better upgrade. These look like mirror image, so I don't think it matters what side they go on. I just hope they clear the motor mounts. So we'll go ahead and pull the old spark plugs out, see what they look like. We'll go ahead and pop the new ones in, and then we'll throw these bad boys on. Honestly, that's pretty good. All right, I'm gonna torque them down just before they snap. You're good to go. Well, in a lot of applications, cross-threading is the best Loctite. That is not good advice for spark plugs, especially in aluminum heads. But if you do cross-thread one, whether it's on accident or on purpose, that's a great excuse to try to explain to your wife why you need new cylinder heads and why you need to put a camshaft in your daily, because, well, I mean, you have to take the cylinder head off because you stripped out the threads. So that's always a solid plan. Look, he's got the fancy little, I don't know what you call that. Looks cool though. I'm sure it serves a purpose. Probably keeps the exhaust gas from mixing with each other and helps scavenge to some extent, I'm sure. Got a fresh set of gaskets. Manifold side. That means header. Really makes me mad. You buy the nice gaskets and they got straight holes. And you buy the cheap gaskets, the like paper, graphite, whatever you want to call them. And they got the little notches so that you can mount the header and then slide the gasket in there. Like, why don't they do that on the expensive ones? And a fresh set of bolts. Because why not? Tested to see if this is going to fit, but we're just going to send it. Hey, you can put it in from the top. That's pretty awesome. Oh, that's a problem. Nope. I just holding my tongue wrong. I really thought there for a second that the flange was going to be too thick to go between the firewall and the head. But operator error. Oh, these have so much more room for activities. Last primary runner is a little close to the firewall, but it's way better than the other set. Still not going to be able to get the last bolt in. I did check these flanges with the straight edge. They're actually really nice and flat. Typically, I think these are 3/8 flanges. A lot of times your cheaper headers come with 1/4 inch flanges, and man, they warp like crazy. Honestly, these headers are $200, so they're a cheap set in my opinion, but they are really nice. Alright, look how nice that fits. I can almost put my hand behind there. But I got a plan for that last one to keep some heat off of it. I guess I need to see its spark plug wires fit. those are kind of important. Looks like we might have one that's gonna put up a fight. Typical, it's always one. Yep, they said you'd have to run the multi-angle plug wires. I didn't want to spend the extra $80. Alright, well, that solved that problem. 3 out of 4 is not going to cut it in this situation. Let's go repeat it on the other side. Gapping them to 55. TR 55s to 55. And that'd be perfect if this was a 1955. Look, I forgot to put manifold side on this one. I just know that it goes to the little raised part. It goes towards the header. Literally going to be one on both sides. I think I'm just going to have to break down and buy the right plug wires. But look at how much room we got right there. Hey, I can put my whole hand in that. That's crazy. I'm going to clean this mess up and I'll be right back. We'll raise it back up in the air and see what the underside looks like. Start planning out where the tube's going to go. Alright, as I stand here looking like a coal miner, let me show you what the underside looks like after the headers. They come with nice little semi-turn downs that actually seem to level out the they kind of level out the headers because the headers kind of go in. So in theory, it's kind of level with the ground. So when I come in and do my pipes, it should make fit up a little bit easier. I'm really happy with how snug those fit. I mean, you can see all the room, the extra room. You can see where the whole reason you can't get that last bolt in right there. This side's got tons of room. So my plan is basically elbow this right here from underneath the oil pan, 90 it, and then I'm going to come off of this one, kind of a 90. I'll probably have to dog leg it out a little bit, and then back into this Y pipe that's probably going to sit, I don't know, maybe right there, and do it at an angle so I can grab this side and then grab the other side. I don't know yet. And then hopefully I'm going to try to fit a muffler back in there somehow, some way. I bought some 1/2 inch thick heat shield product exhaust insulation that I'm going to put between this and the floor so I can stop melting my boots. You can see this is kind of where I had to hammer it in to fit the other one. The other one was touching that, which is literally right below the gas pedal, so that was not great. And then we're going to come back here, and I'm not real sure. I don't really want to run it out the back because I plan to build a new fuel cell back there and get it out of the inside of the bed. I might just dump it right here. That's how it was originally when I first built it. Also might snake it up, go through there on both sides and Fender exit right there. Nice little trim ring. I don't know. Hadn't decided. But that's going to be it for today and for this episode, because I think I have enough 3-inch pipe to carry from the Y back, but I don't have any 2.5-inch bends to do the whole crossover and all that stuff. So it's on order. When that shows up and I get some time, then I'll build the rest of it out. But until then, that's going to be it. Hope y'all enjoyed watching it. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out. We'll see you on the next one.